Last year around this time, we met with Chris Hart, the CEO of the Nathan Hale Foundation, as he was in the early stages of his pet project known as Three Harts Farm. At the time, it seemed like a really great idea, but a skeptic would say it was light years away from where Chris planned to take this project. However, skeptics were proven wrong in a most recent visit to the Flourishing Gardens in South Plymouth.
Heading east from the highway on Beaver Dam Road, just off to the right, you'll see this little plot of land abundant with vegetation. A year earlier, you would have seen a lot of dirt and scrubby undergrowth. Stopping by Three Harts Farm here on Beaver Dam Road 12 months later, after our first story, it's just amazing to see how much growth and change has taken place in that short amount of time. Thanks to the hard work of numerous volunteers, veterans, and the endless hours put in by Chris Hart and Diane Ribeiro, this place has gone from dirt pile to garden oasis.
Well, everything you see here, all the vegetables are grown from seed. They're heirloom seeds, which make them sturdier and more resistant to disease. So a lot of them I started indoors. I started the corn indoors in a pretty unique way. I used newspaper pods, seed pods. You put the seeds in there and the corn grows 5 inches. You can put it outside and get a head start.
And for the corn perimeter, Ribeiro used the Three Sisters planting method, which, according to Iroquois legend, says that corn, beans, and squash are 3 inseparable sisters who only grow and thrive together. This tradition has been widespread among Native American farming societies.
First you plant the corn, and once it gets 5 inches tall, you plant beans around the side, and when the beans sprout, they grow around the corn. And then in the front, you put a vine vegetable, which gives nitrogen back to the soil. And as you can see, that everything's thriving pretty well.
The garden itself was designed to be a source of therapy for veterans suffering from traumatic brain injury, an idea that Hart had years ago and is now finally seeing the light of day.
One of the biggest reasons why you do need garden therapy and nature trails and be able to do things together with your family and other people that share the same interests is it puts your brain in a relaxation mode, like yoga would do, like rock climbing would do. When the brain goes into a relaxation mode, it stimulates the brain cell stems, where someone might have a traumatic brain injury, and that's where a lot of your memory is kept, and it stimulates that. You may gain some memory, but at least you're not spending 65% of your day and your brain being in a survival mode.
Looking around, you can see the new barn, the brick-paved walkway with the low accessible garden boxes, the new plantings of flowers and pea pods and tomatoes, and it's all been a community effort.
We've had, I'd say, $250,000 in local aid and funding and labor from the whole community. Say around 20 different companies have helped with everything. Restoring the barn, putting in the walkways, digging up the road, putting in French drains, and everything's starting to come into place now. And it took a community to do it. It wasn't just all on our own. This is the best community effort project I've ever seen in my life. It's unbelievable how many people have helped.
Reporting from Three Harts Farm on Beaver Dam Road in Plymouth, Brian Sullivan for PCN.